What's up, Connor? How's it going?
Good, Tim. How are you?
Thanks for coming on the
Absolutely.
show. You look like the kid in Ex Machina.
I know I got to see it.
You do have to see it. It's actually a really good sci-fi movie, but hopefully, you're smarter.
After my trades.
Yeah, after your trades. So, just tell us your story. Inspire everybody watching this. How did you get into trading? What has trading done for you?
Absolutely. Well, I started my first job as a freshman in high school. Really just wanted to make my own
Like
money.
last year? How many years ago was this?
4 years ago.
Okay,
4 years ago, I started as a freshman in high school.
So how old are you right
job.
now?
I'm 18.
You're 18.
So when I was 14 years old, got my first job, bussing tables, cleaning tables, waiting tables. Every
At
weekend.
the barbecue restaurant.
At the barbecue restaurant down the
Is
street.
it good
walk to work.
barbecue?
Good barbecue, man.
Oh,
Good
man.
barbecue. You
Okay,
gotta go. Get
sorry,
some
you're
ribs.
making me hungry.
So cleaning tables every weekend, made a few $100s a week, but always saved my money, and then after 2 years of working there, my junior year of high school when I was 16 years old, my dad wanted to teach me like fundamental investing with Verizon, AT&T, all these boring stocks. Really didn't have an interest in any of them because my account would go from 9,700 to 9,750 to 9,700, and learned about penny stocks, learned about your story, other people's stories, and behind his back started trading penny stocks, and in roughly a year and a half turned 9,700 into $345,000 trading penny stocks with my iPhone in class, getting kicked out of class, detentions, you name it, all from there.
That's a lot to take in. You talk really fast. So 9,700 into what? 345,000?
345,000.
In roughly how long?
Roughly a year and a half.
How did you do this while trading from class? Because I've tried to trade. I made 100,000 my senior year of high school, but I would leave class. I would say, oh, I have to go to the bathroom and then go to the library to trade. We didn't have mobile trading. This was 15 years ago. How do you do it in class? Are you like under your desk? Or?
You do a little bit of both. I mean, what I like to do right when the market opens, I leave class, walk around in the hallway with my phone. But when I am in class, it's under the desk. What's a good tactic that I really use pretty well? Calculator, worksheet, phone. Right by the calculator, because the calculator is taller than your phone. You put your phone right there, have my level 2 up, and execute my trades.
Did your grades suffer?
Just a bit. For the most part, my focus has been on trading, but like a C student, so not terrible for not paying attention to class at all, and then.
And you're making 10, 20,000 a month.
Yeah. Trading.
What's your biggest month ever?
Biggest month of trading was probably $60,000.
From class.
From class. Moving.
Did you get this? Teachers never knew. Did you get detentions or anything?
I get detentions all the time. I'd have my teachers take away my phone, call my house. My parents would give me my phone back because I'd be in the middle of a $50,000 position, whatever it may be. But detentions probably every week or every other week.
Did you tell the teachers what you were doing?
Yeah, they hate it. Some teachers
like
it. Some hate
they
it.
say don't gamble.
They say don't gamble. They say trading in the stock market's gambling. They don't understand the purpose of a strategy.
Why are you successful when most traders fail?
I cut losses quickly, and I have a
proven
strategy. Proven strategy of cutting losses quickly, low risk, high reward trades. All about minimizing your downside, let your winners ride, and that's it's gotten me pretty far.
Yeah. What's your biggest loss?
The biggest loss was $47,000 on a penny stock. And
what happened there? You didn't cut losses quickly?
Did not cut my losses quickly at all. I was on the wrong side of a press release overnight, trading with way too much size. Something I teach is sizing your positions properly before I knew what I was doing, while I was trading $92,000 in profits down to $52,000.
So you lost half your account.
I lost roughly half of my account on a single trade.
I say that's a positive because I lost big once before. Almost every major investor and trader that I know has lost once or twice big. So they learn, don't do that again. It's like, a baby drinking like hot steaming water, and you burn your tongue, you never do that again. Right. You don't know what it's like. So do you think that has helped you mold you?
Absolutely. Big losses and losses in general are good because then you see what you're doing wrong. If you're able to swallow your pride, take a look at your losses and actually see, this is what I did wrong. A lot of people are afraid to see, oh, I was wrong.
You seem very wise for a teenager. Are you really like a teenager, or are you like Yoda?
I'm 29, actually.
Really? So you're older. When you lost that money, I want to, most people don't get into that.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you lost your money, when I lost my money, I went into drinking. When you lost that money, how did you feel? How did you react?
I went more into like hibernation. I would just mind my own business, not really hang out with many of my friends, and I would just say, I really have to figure this out because I loved trading. I loved, the whole concept of it. And then some of my friends knew about it, my family knew about it.
So this is when you went from 9,700 to 97,000? So you were already up like 90,000?
No, this is from 95,000 down to 52,000 from January.
But you had already taken the 9,700.
I've already made a ton, and then
so
I
you already
started
made
losing.
90,000, then you lost half.
I lost, yeah, roughly half.
Okay. How long did it take you to like go into this hibernation period and come back?
Almost 3 months.
3 months.
3.5 months roughly.
What did you do to get back on your feet? Because a lot of people watching this, they have losses. I get this question a lot. How do you come back? So you hibernated. Did you take smaller positions? Did you stop trading?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, I stopped trading for roughly a week or a week and a half. I just to really
It's like
look
an eternity
at what I was
for
doing.
you. That's like half
I
your
know.
life.
I didn't know what to do. I was sitting in class. I actually had to take notes.
Oh my God.
So how do people do this? And I just tried to stay away from the market for just a few days. Then I started following stocks and do what I teach other people to do is paper trade. I paper traded, and then I kept losing or whatever, and then I looked, wow, okay, I'm losing on this. I keep losing on this setup, and it was short selling, so I stopped shorting. And then I saw I kept winning on a specific setup, and I just took that setup and ran with it and just focused in and honed in on a particular setup. Then I started trading with my actual account, sizing my position smaller, ensuring I cut losses quickly, and then grew my account exponentially from that year and 2 months from that when rock bottom of 52,000 into over $345,000 now.
So now that you've lost half your account, you've had a solid win streak from 50,000 up to 300,000
right,
with no big losses.
No. Not for the most part. I mean, biggest loss maybe $2,000-$3,000.
Yeah.
So no major losses because I'm huge on cutting losses quickly, and sometimes that I'll cut take your profits too quick, but that's okay because end of the day, net you're green.
What is your setup that you've refined? Because obviously short selling didn't work for you. I do short selling,
okay?
But I love short selling. I'm a cynical guy. What is it that you now do? What do you focus on?
What I like to focus on is I like bottom bouncers. I like these charts with an RSI, relative strength index, down to 20, 30, retesting previous support level. So a level that's holding as support, maybe seeing higher lows coming in with the oversold RSI. You enter that with your starter, tight stop loss, 1.5–2%. But since you're only taking a starter, if you lose, you're losing $80 to $150.
Yeah.
Then once the stock starts to bounce, you get your confirmation, you see it start moving, then you add into that and then simply just play that bounce of a spike, which ideally are 7 to 12% gains is what I try and target by minimizing my downside.
And you had a good game this morning.
Yeah, ZQK. I alerted ZQK on the plane actually coming out to LA. Alerted ZQK at 56 cents, hit 66 cents. So 20% winner in 24 hours.
How much did you make?
I actually sold early and I took a $10,000 position size, but I walked away with $317 on that.
So
from a plan.
Position sizing, this is important because I want people to understand this. You don't trade with all your $300,000 in profits anymore.
No,
Why?
One, I like having my money put away. Two, I like putting my back against the wall. I like to know that, okay, I can't go into a trade with $100,000 by losing 2% is $2,000. That's a lot of money. I don't want swings like that. My subscribers, Profitly/Connor, they all are trading with a few $1,000, $10,000. My $30,000 account relates to them. Where if I go in with a starter at $12,000, I don't add any more. I really have to focus on percents because I can't make 2% and make $250,000 a year. Make 2% a day, make $250,000. You see, what I have to do is I have to make 7 to 12%. I need bigger gains to grow out an account, so it makes you work harder.
So you're trading with 30,000, so roughly 1/10 of what you made. And when you say back up against the wall, you mean you can't drop under 25,000 because then you have the pattern day trader rule.
Exactly.
So you don't want to drop that much. So that's why you
get the cut losses quickly because I can't have a big loser because then I'm trading with an account under the PDT, which is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So that forces me to cut my losses quickly because if I have a $1,500 loss, $1,500 loss,
yeah.
I'm going to fall below 25,000. This makes you really hone in on my biggest thing of cutting losses quickly.
You said what? You made 5,000 in the past few weeks?
Yeah, past few weeks, $5,000. Yeah.
So on average, you're making 5,000 or 10,000 a month.
Correct.
With your 30,000.
Yeah.
So do you take money out at the end of every month?
Yeah. I pay my car. Yeah, every month I take my, pay my car. I'll, take that money, put some of it away, and then, spend it.
So at the end of every month, you go back to $30,000. So today is the last day of the month. You have to take money out.
Correct.
So you're taking
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So you're taking
Like roughly about $6,000 out of my account, and
So you know exactly how much you made because you go back to 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go down
that's
to
cool.
a round number, and then again, like it just forces me to cut losses. That's the biggest thing in trading.
I like that. I'm down with that. You said you're spending it on what? Your car?
Yeah, I mean I'll pay the car payment, put the rest away.
What kind of car do you drive?
BMW.
Nice. BMW what?
335.
You like it?
I need a new one.
What are you gonna get?
M3, M4, or Porsche Cayman S.
I like the Porsche.
You gave it away.
The Porsche. I did, but
you're giving it to me. I'm in the market.
I still like it. You don't need it. You have enough profits. I give it to people who are less fortunate. What are you gonna do now? Because you're done with high school. Are you gonna go to college, or are you gonna trade? What's your story?
I'm gonna be taking the year off before college, taking a year off, taking things day by day once I've been at time. But for now, taking the year off, trade, and then teach to my subscribers, teach my strategy. Instill more and more self-sufficient traders with my strategy, people profiting.
So I want to talk about that. So you're making a few $1,000s a month as a teenager, which is $5,000 or $10,000 is what people with like graduate degrees make. You're doing this, no degree, very little risk because you're cutting losses so quickly. So now you want to teach people. So I'm proud to host your newsletter, Profitly/Connor. What do you think your students and subscribers can get out of learning from you?
The good part about learning from me is I'm very relatable because I'm not trading with a large account.
Oh, you're very relatable?
I'm a very relatable
guy. You think there's many high schoolers who make $5,000 to $10,000 a month? That's relatable?
All right, maybe my story's not too relatable.
Look at your face getting red.
My trading strategy and everything I'm doing as a trader is for someone with $3,000. Could even despite I'm trading with $30,000, but my whole strategy of cutting losses quickly, letting your winners ride, all about favorable risk versus reward trades relates to so many guys, and especially people if you have a full-time job, if you have kids, you're traveling, whatever you're doing, if you're not going to be sitting in front of a computer from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. My strategy works for people on the go because I've made over $300,000 trading
all
from
your phone. You've never used a desktop for your trades.
I get to trade on my desktop for 50 minutes, and I don't even trade there. I just kind of run scans. So for the most part.
What software do you use to run your scans?
Stocks to Trade. I have my scans actually on Stocks to Trade that you could check out there. Some more and more trade ideas from stockstotrade.com.
Cool. I just still can't believe it. Let me see your phone. Where's your phone?
Phone's on the bed.
Okay. Somebody get his phone. We gotta see this. This is crazy. So you literally trade. This is a $300,000 plus phone.
Right, and it's not even an iPhone 6. You don't even need a 6.
Look at this. You have 2 messages. Mom and Dad. They both messaged you. They're worried about you. They're like, what's going on? So did you get a new phone or is it this phone?
I started with an iPhone 4.
Okay.
So I moved up a little bit.
And this is an iPhone 6.
5S. Not even a 6.
You're not even at the 6 yet?
I'm not even at the 6 yet. I set out to make $500,000, then I can get a 6. Back against the wall. I need a new phone.
But you literally trade all from here.
Yeah. Whether it be from a pool, whether it be from my bed, whether it be from a plane, I honestly have gotten so used to trading from my phone where, I'll sit on my E-Trade Pro or whatever. But, with 2 applications on my phone, it's what I'm used to. It's like how you're comfortable with traveling and trading. I'm comfortable with sitting on my iPhone.
That's cool. So how have your subscribers done? You've only been teaching a few months, but do you have
my first $100,000 subscriber. His name's Raf from Brazil.
$100,000 in profits.
$100,000 in profits.
Nice.
International.
Wait, dollars or wait? What's
dollars?
Brazilian?
U.S. dollars.
What's Brazilian?
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
You went to college. Come on.
I don't trade currencies. $100,000
$100,000 U.S. dollars in profits, which is
in how many months?
In 3 months.
Wow.
With us. So he traded with the $30,000 account size, so a little bit larger account size, but he is really never traded penny stocks before. He traded Forex a little bit before, but he had some trading background. But first time trading penny stocks, he found me. Found my story, and we started really working together pretty well. And
that's cool.
Now, $100,000 in profits.
Wait till you have a millionaire student like me.
It'll
blow your mind. You have to fly to them. When they cross $1 million, you have to try and be there. I was there. I missed my first millionaire student. My second millionaire student, we flew to Ohio. Remember that, Joey? And we had, what was that burger we had to celebrate? White Castle. Yeah. We had White Castle.
White Castle to celebrate, okay.
In Ohio to celebrate. And we went to, what was it? Magic Mellow Mushroom? Magic Mellow? I don't know. That was, Tim Grattani's favorite pizza place.
Okay.
When he had a $200,000 profit day, he went to pizza. So we had to redo that when he hit $1 million. Do you have anybody else coming up with 100,000?
Yeah, I have a subscriber now up $30,000. He's trading part-time.
How many months?
College. Well, he first started, he has a very inspiring story. He started off down $3,000 in his first few months. Wasn't really, studying, wasn't cutting losses quickly. Got his strategy figured out. So from May to, from April to now, so roughly 2.5 months, he went from 0 to $28,000 in profits. Consistently profitable trader, great guy in the chat room, and again, he started with an account under the pattern day trader. So he has it even tougher. In your newsletter, you give the alerts, you got your chat room. I know you have a DVD too, School Trader. Yeah, School Trader. That is just 5 hours of raw content where you're going to sit down and you're going to go through the A to Z's of trading. And I recommend bringing out a notebook, because what you're going to do with all what you're learning in School Trader, get into my weekly Q&As and ask me questions on all these different things that you're learning. So you go over the patterns and the rules. Do you talk about how to trade from a phone? I talk about trading from a phone. I talk about what apps I'm using on my phone. I talk about the whole psychological aspect of being a trader, of making a lot of money, losing a lot of money, all the different emotions involved. So I go through it all. So what's next? What do you plan to do? I mean, I need my first millionaire subscriber. I need $500,000 in profits, but I'm just dedicated to what I'm doing now: trading, teaching, traveling a little bit. Where are you going next week? I'm going to Bermuda. Nice. Then I'm in LA now, so just traveling a lot and doing a lot of cool stuff while teaching. What do your parents think of all this? They love it. They still think it's so crazy, because less than 2 years ago I was busting tables, and now it's I'm in LA now. I'm going to be in Bermuda, traveling everywhere. I mean, are they proud of you? They're very proud. Do they tell everybody? They tell everybody. I'm like the celebrity of the town. Has it impacted their life at all, or? Not really. I mean, they have people that will be like, oh, that's the parent. His son is the one. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, it's penny stocks. It's like weird. People don't get it. Stuff. People don't get it. Is he fraud? Is he lucky? Especially with Wolf of Wall Street, because my story came out a few months after the Wolf of Wall Street, and I have so many of my friends who are like, oh, so you call people on the phone and sell stocks? Yeah. No. I mean, I do use my phone, but not for phone calls. Yeah. Use 10 gigs of data a month for my trades. So your parents can't believe this is happening. They can't believe it. It was I started trading just to have fun, and then made a lot of money doing it, and then I started investor school. I mean, does your dad want you to get a job, or your mom My mom, believe it or not, still wants to get me wants me to get a real job. She doesn't understand that when I sit in bed or I drive around, have my phone, or travel. She doesn't understand it's work. She doesn't understand. What's your win percentage? I'm just curious. My win percentage is only 60%. Okay. 60-40 trader. But your winners are bigger than your losses, so that's the key. The way my picture perfect trade is risking 2% and having a reward of 7 to 12%. So you kind of got a little famous with this article on The Verge. How did that all come about? Yeah, I was actually looking at ways to get myself into college after trading so much, for basically all these different colleges to believe what my Common App had to say. So I saw, The Verge contacted me, and it was all perfect timing, and they came to my house. They saw everything I had going on. They photographed me in my room, saw my phone, saw everything, and that story just went absolutely viral. What was it? The title was like, "Don't try this. Don't try this. Don't try this." Yeah. But it was still, they talked about, they had to give disclaimers. I mean, Business Week wrote a profile on me, and they're like, "Don't try this." But then they talk about the numbers. They interviewed my millionaire students, so what was the feedback from that? Did that? The feedback, believe it or not, 159 comments on the article, 147 of them were negative. Yeah. A lot of people hated me. They were like, "Oh, this kid, he's gonna spend it all, he's gonna lose it all." It's a lot of jealousy and a lot of hate right off the bat. So without understanding what you're doing. Without it's just because it's penny stocks. Right. Trust me, I know the discrimination. It's terrible. My first time putting, my story out there, looking to inspire people and really just put myself out there, just got shot right down. But, fortunately, the story just continued going viral. And you went on Fox, right? I was on Fox Business. People on Fox loved me. And who interviewed you? Charles Payne. Do you know Charles Payne's background? I don't. He's a penny stock promoter. He's a penny stock promoter. He actually got busted by the SEC. Wow. So it was interesting when you got... It was supposed to be Varney, but Stu Varney wasn't in. So it was Charles just ironic, because Charles Payne promoted once upon a time NXTH, which was Shaquille O'Neal's penny stock pump it up, and I exposed that. You talked about the Heat game, too. I heckled him at the Heat game. And now Shaq is, trying to still pitch stocks, even though he's a penny stock promoter like Charles Payne. I thought that was funny when he was interviewing you. Was there any, I know you, so you got a lot of attention.
was there any downside to getting all that press in your real life, not just like online comments?
You know, in my real life, you know, a lot of people just, they make it into it, not like a joke, but they're like, we go out, oh, Connor's got it, right? You know, the big baller here.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the most part, I hang out with the same kids, still friends with, the same group, you know, just, you know, a lot of teachers, like, don't really like it. They're like, because, you know, you're making more money than
your
them.
family,
so,
do they get any negative feedback?
No, they got cool gifts from me. I got them,
Okay.
you know, MacBook Pros for my parents. Got my sister iPads. You know, take my brother courtside Nugget Nick game, wherever. You know,
So you take it all with like a grain of salt, and you're like, you know, this is the life.
Yeah, I'm doing what I love.
Because well, you know, what I love especially is that you know that you have a specific strategy, and it's not just, you know, luck. You're not just picking random stocks and being lucky. It's a very specific technical pattern, and you'll see that, you know, in your stocks to trade scan. But this can continue in bull and bear markets.
Right.
Do you think, or no?
I think it can.
You've never seen a bear market,
I've never
though.
I'm too young. Come on. But no, I do think it can. And now, you know, the market in 2015 is red. You know, year to date, the market is red. So, I mean, this really isn't a bull market anymore. And, you know, my strategy is still working. And obviously, just like every trader, your strategy gets refined. You know,
Yeah.
day to
You
day,
have
the
to
markets
adapt.
are always trading. So I'm
Well,
ready to adapt.
I'll give you a tip, because I've seen bull and bear markets. Bull markets are nice. You buy stuff and they can run, and all the momentum traders jump on it. Bear markets, there's fewer plays that bounce, but when they do, because there's so few plays, the bounces are stronger. So it's good and bad. It's good because, you know, you don't have to like see like 50 different stocks on your scans every night. But it's bad because, you know, you have to be very, you know, selective, and many people can't do that.
Right.
So
that's the beauty of cutting losses quickly. So if I'm losing 2% 4 times and I hit a winner,
Yeah.
and it's a 7 to 12% winner, the thing spikes 20%, I just erased 4 or 5 losses, and then I'm green.
So what are the biggest risks to you right now? What do you see as risky? Like, obviously you're not going to lose all your money. You're only trading with 1/10 of your profits. But what do you see? Like, what if there's no bouncing? What if we're just going a totally bear market? What are you going to do?
Adapt. You know, adapt. You just like I did when I was losing all my money. You adapt. You take a step back quick, and you watch. You paper trade. You totally take a step back from the market, because if you just go in there and just money here, let me try this, let me try that. Just like a new trader,
Yeah.
when they go in like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, they don't educate themselves, they don't watch video lessons, and they just try to trade, they're going to lose. Same thing with when the market changes. So simply, you know, adapt, watch a lot of these charts, and, you know, if need be, you know, paper trade off the bat.
No,
But just
I'm
totally
glad you
adapt.
said that, because in year 2000, which up until last year was my biggest year in trading profits, I made $720,000 the first 4 months. But then the stock market crashed, and I was buying penny stock breakouts. I wasn't dip buying, but there were no breakouts the last 8 months. So I made $720,000 the first 4 months, lost $10,000 the last 8 months. But I was trying different strategies, adapting. 2001, 2002, I made nearly $1 million shorting, because it forced me to learn how to short sell. So you might, you know, learn how to short sell, or, you know, who knows?
Go back, who knows?
But the key is keeping an open mind, not saying, okay, I can only trade this pattern. Traders adapt to different markets, and that's why we're doing this video right now. It's a very, you know, tricky time in the stock market. We might go into a bear market, who knows? You know, we're long overdue, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We're traders. I care about what a stock will do for 1 to 3 days. I don't care about what a stock's going to do in 12 months.
What do you see, because, you know, now you have quite a few students, what do you see as the #1 problem that people have when they're trying to trade or learning to trade?
A lot of people get too excited to trade, where when I have someone totally new come into my newsletter, Profitly/Connor, they're just like, okay, Connor, I'm ready to trade. And it's like, no, you can't trade right off the bat. You don't know what you're doing. So what I really encourage people to do, and the biggest problem, is watching video lessons. I have, you know, over 250 video lessons where, you know, they're all organized, where you start with, what is a stock? You know, my DVD School Trader is perfect for that. But, you know, really educate yourself from the beginning, and I am very, very big on paper trading. If you're brand new to trading, paper trade. Paper trade, see what you're doing wrong, see what you're doing right, and then what you're doing right, run with it and refine it, and then, you know, reuse your $2,000, $3,000, whatever it may be, whether it be $2,000, $200,000. You should, you know, educate yourself in the beginning and then begin to trade.
How'd you get so smart so quickly?
I lost a lot of money and I learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's just incredible. You know, it's an incredible story, and it's incredible to see how much you've learned in such a short period of time. Like,
Thank you.
5 years from now, you're gonna have like, I don't know, like a Gandalf hat and like a cane and something, you know, and you're gonna be like, you shall not pass. What is your #1 tip for people watching this at home? Just beginners, advanced traders, whatever. What is the number one thing that you think that you can contribute to their lives?
Right. My number one thing is really, find what inspires you, find what motivates you. Trading, obviously, it's hard to, it's a lot, like I love to trade. It's hard to, in my opinion, not love trading, but really, why are you trading? Look at the bigger picture. Is it, to pay your mom's medical bills? Is it to take your family on vacation? Is it to, change other people's lives around you? Or is it simply for you? Are you obsessed with shoes? Are you obsessed with cars? Whatever it may be, find like your true passion, try and find what truly motivates you and like what you love. And trading could fuel really any type of lifestyle you want, whether it be giving back to the community, whether it be traveling all the time, whether it be, whatever it is. Trading could do that. So really look at the bigger picture of trading, because really anything is possible. Where someone like you or I, where we start with a few $1,000s, make, in your case, millions and millions of dollars, in my case, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So far,
we'll hit the millions. But, it could really totally change your life, whether if you're starting with a few thousand or a few 100,000 or a few million, it'll totally change your life.
Well, congrats, man. I'm looking forward to see what you're doing in the coming years.
Awesome. Thanks.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire. So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.